Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Friday. I have a couple of announcements. The first one, can you see I'm wearing a jersey? If you guys like football, you may recognize these colors. This is the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, they're my favorite team because I grew up in Washington State. I lived there for the first 23 years of my life before I moved to California. So I'm still a Seahawk fan. The Seahawks used to do summer training at my college at Eastern Washington State University. So we would always, of course, we were young girls, we'd always go watch the Seahawks practice, and I've been a fan ever since. So today is just for fun to wear a sports jersey or a uniform or anything, and I did put that announcement on our Seesaw. So if you at our Zoom today, if you want to, you can dress up for sports day. You can either wear a jersey or a uniform if you have a baseball uniform or cheerleading outfit or dance outfit, and it's just for fun. So parents, please don't go out and buy something. We're just on Zoom. It's going to be hard to see everybody, but it'll just be for fun. These are just our fun dress up spirit days. Okay, if you don't have that, you can wear our school colors, turquoise and black. All right, so yesterday we did our apple tasting and it was lots of fun. I ate a red, yellow, and green apple with all 4 groups. So I ate a lot of apples yesterday. Good thing they're healthy, huh? And nutritious. So I got lots of vitamins and nutrients yesterday. So what I did is I wrote all of the names of the kids who like red, yellow, and green, and I'm going to show them to you today on our Zoom, and we're going to do a graph all together. And then I started thinking, gosh, maybe you should bring those papers with you, but I don't think so. I think we'll just save that for Monday for math. You guys can finish up the graphs on Monday because it would be hard for me to get that on the assignment page right after we do it. Okay, so we'll save that, but we're going to kind of do it all together tomorrow, and it's going to be today, and it's going to be lots of fun. Okay, so if you look at the calendar, do you see that I put my beautiful apple prints up here? Okay, with my poem. Remember my poem? Apples are so good to eat. To have one is a special treat. Red, green, and yellow too. All of them are good for you. Okay, good job. Now, if you look at the calendar, I just love it. It's so bright and colorful. Today, before we put the number up, I made a big green apple with a note on it, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Happy birthday, Johnny Appleseed." So Johnny Appleseed is not alive anymore. Okay, he died a long time ago, which is sad, but he is famous because he planted apple trees all over the country. Okay, so I've got one more Johnny Appleseed book, and I want to read it now because I think it'd be too hard to read during our Zoom today. And I'm going to put this back up. Okay, we'll do a really quick calendar and we'll save time for the book. All right, so tell you what, so we can save a little time. Let's do it this way. It's still September. Let's just go to 24. Say, what comes after 24? Johnny Appleseed's birthday, the 25th of September. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the 25 over my Johnny Appleseed happy birthday apple. Okay, we have a weekend coming, and then Abigail is going to turn 6 on Sunday. Now, we're going to wait till Monday to celebrate her birthday. Okay, she's going to wear her birthday crown, and then also on Monday is Madison's birthday. Okay, they're both turning 6. They were both in TK last year. They're both really, really smart girls, and they're turning 6, which is awesome. We'll celebrate them on Monday. They can wear their crowns on Zoom. Okay, all right, now we need to put a straw in real quick, and I'm going to take this one and put it behind. Yesterday we wrote 32 up here, and today we're going to add another number. So what comes after? Let's see. Did we do that right? Yesterday was 31. I'm so sorry. Yesterday was 31. Today is 32. I'm trying to do this fast. So around and around, what can it be? This is known. Sorry, boys and girls. 32. I actually record these lessons the day before, so it's hard for me to keep track. Okay, 32. Around, down, and back. Watch what you do as you make the number 2. Just the other day we bundled, and now we added 1, 2, 30, 31, 32. All right, we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna turn around our day of the week. It starts with the F. Do you know what day of the week starts with the F? Friday is day Friday. Let's spell Friday. Fantastic Friday. Friday. And we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We only have one left. We know what that is. Saturday. We're never here to turn that over on Saturday. I still like to show it to you though. I'm going to turn this over here. I'm going a little fast today so I have time for the story. Okay, it is September 25th, so I will take that 24, that was yesterday, put up the 25, slide this over to Friday. We're not going to change anything else here until next week when we do a new letter. And now I have time to read you another story about Johnny Appleseed. I think I'm just going to pull up my little chair right here and read it from here. Okay. Johnny Appleseed, my story. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. There you go. All right. Johnny Appleseed, my story. Okay. I may need to put my glasses on. All right. It's all this working on the computer. It's made my eyes kind of strained. I have to wear glasses more than I ever have now. All right. Someone is coming, Beth yelled. It was a lean, wiry man with pep in his step. Mama, Papa, cried Will. It's Johnny. It's Johnny Appleseed. So here's 2 children. They're yelling to their mom. They're going, Mommy, Mommy, look who's coming. Johnny Appleseed. He's walking down the road. Papa stopped chopping wood. Johnny Appleseed's always welcome, Papa said. He always has a good story to tell. Johnny smiled and waved hello. So Johnny is visiting a family. Mama invited him to stay for supper. Supper's dinner. Beth and Will were so excited they jumped up and down. Tell us a story, they begged. Johnny scratched his chin. His eyes were kind. You children are growing like tree sprouts, he said. I will tell you a story after I help your papa chop some wood. So, whoa, boy, when Johnny Appleseed goes and visits people, he helps them do a little bit of work. He likes to tell stories. He gets a free dinner out of it too, right? He's staying for dinner. Johnny was good with an axe. He chopped and chopped. At dinner, Johnny ate all he could. He told Mama, I walked 20 miles to get here. Your pie was worth every step. He winked at Beth and Will. Now for a story. So there he is. He's strong, isn't he? He's helping chop the wood. He's eating dinner. Now it's time for a story. Beth and Will sat on the floor. They love stories. Johnny began like this. My real name is John Chapman. I grew up in a big family. 10 kids in my family. We were noisy and raggedy, always going barefoot. And we were as hungry as bear cubs in spring. So there he is. He's telling the story. He's telling the story about growing up with lots of children in his family, 10. To be by myself, I would head for the woods. I knew the trees and rivers for miles. More and more, the woods felt like home. So his house, there was a lot going on. A lot of people in his house. Sometimes he just wanted to be alone, so he would go out into the woods. After school, I worked to help my family. But when I was old enough, I set out on my own. I packed up my gun and my hatchet. I left Massachusetts walking west on my bare feet. So here he is. He's got the axe. He's got the knapsack with the apple seeds. He's walking with bare feet. Where's the pot? We'll have to check it out, see if he has a pot on his head in this book. Soon I came to a cider mill. They were giving away seeds from the apples. A poor boy never passes up anything for free. I filled my pack with seeds. I grinned as if those seeds were gold. So he went to a place where they're making apple cider, and they gave him some seeds. And he said, whoa, they're free. What am I going to do with these seeds? What do you think he's going to do? Yeah, he's going to plant them. But I lost that grin in a storm in Pennsylvania. I was walking up in the mountains. All at once, the day turned into dark as night. The wind began to howl. It was bitter cold. Snow was soon up to my waist. If I did not do something, I would die. So it's winter time, and he's walking in his bare feet in a snowstorm. He knew he had to do something. I made up my mind. No storm was going to be the end of me. I ripped strips from my coat to wrap my bare feet. Then I wove snowshoes from branches, and I walked right out of that storm. He made some shoes out of branches from a tree. Look at that. Those are snowshoes. Walking gave me time to think. Folks were moving west. What would they need when they got there? Apples. I would plant an orchard. I got an axe and started clearing the trees. Chunk, chunk, chunk. I chopped, I chopped, I chopped. I made the wood chips fly. So that's how he got so strong. Look, he's chopping down all those trees so he can plant apple seeds. Soon my first seeds took root and sprouted. So I set out west to find more land. I planted apple seeds in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana. I sold sprouts to folks heading west in their wagons. I sold sprouts to settlers living in log cabins. One sprout cost 6.5 cents. Wow, you guys, 6 pennies. That's all it costs to buy an apple tree, 6 pennies. Sometimes I traded sprouts for clothes or food. Some folks were too poor to trade. I gave them the sprouts for free. I knew how it felt to be poor. So when he's talking about sprouts, what he did is he started to grow the trees so they were really, really small, but that's what he's giving to people, little baby trees, so they could plant them when they moved. Most folks do not know my real name. They just call me Johnny Appleseed. I still work hard taking care of my orchards. I sleep out under the stars, and I will wear any old clothes or hat to just keep warm. There he is, planting his trees. There he is, sleeping out under the stars with the animals next to the fire. Johnny held up his bare feet. But I still do not like to wear shoes, he said, unless it's winter time. I do not need them. My feet are tough. Folks say your feet are as tough as an elephant hide, said Beth. So tough that a rattlesnake cannot bite through, said Will. They're looking at his feet. When you walk barefoot all the time, the skin on your bottom of your feet gets really hard. Okay. Johnny laughed. There are more stories about me than fleas on a dog. Folks say that I can leap over icy rivers or melt ice with my bare feet. So he's saying everybody tells stories about him because they see him walking along the way. Folks say I once met a band of men who wanted to fight me. I talked them into a chopping contest instead. Of course I won. I tricked those rascals into helping me clear the land for a new orchard. So he's just telling stories to the family. Then there are bear stories. People say bears trust old Johnny Appleseed. Mama bears do not mind if I wrestle their cubs. Others say I sleep with the bears to keep warm on winter nights. Ha! Have you ever smelled a bear's breath? Ha ha! He's telling the children, yeah, that he likes to sleep with the bears. But one thing is for sure, I know a lot of Indians. Many are my friends. They have taught me their language and how to hunt for food and how to make canoes out of hollow logs. He made friends with the Indians, and they're in a canoe on the river. Will yawned. Oh, Beth was half asleep. Johnny stood up. Time for you two to go to bed, he said, and time for me to keep walking. There's always more planning to be done. So he's going to leave the family that he came to visit. Beth and Will hugged Johnny. Next time you visit, will you have more stories to tell, Will said. And more wood to chop, said Johnny. And more of Mama's pie to eat, Beth giggled. Papa smiled at Johnny. You look like a happy man, Papa said. Johnny smiled too. I am a happy man, he said. I've spent my life raising apple tree sprouts. So there he is with the little apple tree sprout. And he is going to be on his way. Now all across the land, folks are enjoying apples from my trees, and that makes me happy. Then Johnny Appleseed waved goodbye. And he's going to go off. He's going to keep walking in the woods, and he's going to keep planting those apple trees. Okay, good job, you guys. All right, so at our Zoom today, we're going to talk more about Johnny Appleseed. We're going to do our big apple graph with the whole entire class, and I've got some awards to give out too, so I'll see you in a little while.